All right, we have another friend and special guest here at the Abbey. Can you introduce yourself, sir, and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Michael Tabor. I am an associate minister or elder at Vancouver Avenue First Baptist Church. I run the Saturday Samaritans, which is a homeless outreach program that's 10 years old. I am also what some people call executive director of the J.W. Matt Hennessy Social Justice Center, which is a community outreach providing multiple things for the community in terms of bringing them together, in terms of education, in terms of food insecurities, you name it, multiple resources, mental health, yeah, things of that nature.
Well, man, we're glad to have you here, and I just wanted to ask you a couple questions and dive into. I know you're not from here, and we always like to get a perspective, outside perspective of what it's like to be a black man here in Portland doing what you do, and just your life experiences here so far.
Well, Portland's very unique. I come from Detroit originally, and Detroit is the opposite of Portland. It's like 93% black, 7% other.
Right.
Then I lived in Atlanta, which is an incredible cultural mix of everybody from everywhere. It's no longer really the South.
Yeah.
It is, you got New York, you got Chicago, you got Atlanta, you got Miami, you got people from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's very culturally diverse in almost every area you could think of, from food to cultural events to riding horses down the street. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of Portland, has it been a drastic kind of an experience here? Is it what you expected?
My brother's been here a lot longer than I have. It definitely was drastic in terms of culturally. Culturally, it is, there are just plain fewer cultures here to experience, and the numbers are low. But I found it to be quite interesting, and there are some really incredible and beautiful people here. And depending on what you aspire to be in life, if you aspire to love people and to know people and to embrace humanity, then it's a great place to be.
Yeah. Well, I know that perspective, like I said, being a person not from Portland, always it's just varied, and we like to hear, what different people from other places think about Portland.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to do something really special here at the Abbey. And in regards to that, what's your relationship with the Abbey? What do you know about it? How did you come to be here?
Well, that's a fun story, because as you know, you brought me here. Our affiliation with community and our affiliation with feeding the homeless, you came alongside me with Saturday Samaritans as the head chef, and whatever I would cook, you would clean it up and fix it up and make it taste great. And we would go out and serve the community, and we have been doing that, I think, together, 6 years now? You and I? 6, 7 years? Yeah, so then on the catering end, I would sometimes help you with events and things of that nature, and that's how I got to Alberta Abbey. Yeah.
And so your experience with the Abbey, with the events and things that you've been a part of, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well,
What the Abbey kind of does, what you like about it?
what I like about it, the Abbey's been sort of a fun ride for me that has bridged the gap between cultural deficiency versus cultural inclusion. I like to think of the Abbey sometimes like a family reunion, only with family that you don't yet know. Or it's like that, the business party you have when it's a special occasion like New Year's or something like that, and the company has a company party. There are many people in the company that you might not know yet, but you come together and you get to know them, and you're all working for this common cause, this common good, and that's what the Abbey kind of is for me. It bridges the gap between this community, that community. It bridges the gap because everybody's on the same page. You find you find yourself talking and engaging with people, and then you notice other, and then you notice, but in the midst of the entertainment, in the midst of the events, what is really pure and simple is the fact that people are here enjoying community and building community and enjoying each other, sometimes knowingly, sometimes not knowingly. Yeah.
We know that's what the mission is to bring everyone together in a relaxed and just a fun environment that's inclusive and, makes people feel comfortable in having those conversations.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a flashback. Some parts of the Abbey are like a flashback. If people could remember when you knew your neighbor next door, when you felt comfortable going next door and asking for a cup of sugar or something so simple, things that right now you wouldn't even consider, borrowing an egg or something like that.
The basics.
Sometimes being here is like that.
Yeah.
It's like a flashback to a time where people had more in common because they were people, and they would come together and help each other, and they would come together and support each other, and they would come together regardless of their differences. I think the Abbey really does that well.
Well, that leads into my last question anyway, is that, obviously, I was going to say, is there a need for a place like this? Obviously, yes. And
You're going to make me cry now because,
you summed it up really. And,
and
as far as that experience, what can people do? What do you suggest?
I wasn't joking about crying, because is there a need for human beings to be human? Is there a need for conversations to take place without judgment and without condemnation? Is there a need for just love for no reason other than for the sake of it,
Yeah.
That's what I envision for not only Portland, but for my family, for my extended family, for the homeless people that you and I serve, for not only the privileged, but the underprivileged. I mean, man, there is one race, and that's the human race. And when you get them together for all the right reasons, you're right. It's just magic, man. And my heart just really I can't even express what somewhere where you can have all those elements going on really means.
Well, there's no more really, that kind of says it all really, Mike. And we know that this is a special place. You can feel it when you come in.
Yeah, it is.
And we just appreciate your support. And just leave us with a little something as we close out here for people to get them activated and motivated.
I think the simplest thing is to come and just enjoy yourself. And while you're enjoying yourself, you'll find yourself doing those other things. You'll find yourself talking to someone you've never met. You'll find yourself, building community is not as hard as getting people in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
And the Abbey does that very well through entertainment, through all the outreach. I think the play that they had here was really incredible. The theater stuff. I mean, you've done some incredible things with like the Chaka Khan outreach, but the one with the double 12 bands, that was one of my favorites. Just the music was absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, I was a little jealous at that one. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you, Mike, and so does the Abbey. And we just look forward to your support and really building a place for the community in the future.
Well, I hope they have a dance night just for me.
Okay, well, we'll put that on the calendar, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You're welcome. All right.